Hey everybody, what's going on? Baru here, back inside of the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. And today we're going to be continuing that run that I didn't exactly finish. The I quit. I'm done with this. I don't want to go on with my life anymore. I got Guppy in one room run. Because a lot of people wanted to see what exactly that turned into. The reason I didn't even end up finishing it was because, well, when I saw something like that, I had just, right after I'd ended my stream, I went on by saying how good my offline RNG was. And, well, that ended up being the very first thing that I had ended up, sitting down to record for YouTube. So, yeah, I was a little tired of all of the, bad RNG that I end up getting on the stream, and then I end up doing that, and it's just like, oh god, why? But I think what I'm going to end up doing is creating a separate file for the Balls of Steel, and what we're going to end up doing is just sort of taking a better approach at this. Instead of like cherry picking the runs for the YouTube, what I think I'm going to end up doing is just kind of having a specific file, and I'm just going to kind of go for it. Because I've been getting pretty consistent at getting sub 25 runs. Yeah, not everything's going to be, ridiculous, but hey, I mean, we should be able to consistently get, an under 30-minute run, depending if the RNG wants to allow us to do that. So I think what I'm going to start doing from here on out is probably try and go for just sort of throwing up the runs and see where we end up going. And hopefully you all will end up enjoying it in that format just a little bit more. And I will say that I haven't actually played this seed at all past that Guppy, so that's the point where we're going to be, a little bit blind. And I actually ended up getting hit on Monster there because I didn't know that they would push each other just a little bit forward there. So I know I've got the nail. I need to pick that up first. Grab that soul heart, grab the shovel, reroll both of them, grab the collar and the Judas Shadow. Now this is something that actually I'm curious about, is even if I die here, is the collar going to end up proccing? And it actually does. Is the collar proccing something that's actually based on the seed itself? Like, let's say the seed allows for 3 collar procs or something to that effect. Because the collar didn't proc there. So is it always going to only proc that one time no matter what you do? I know it's a 50% chance, but is that 50% chance something that's stored inside the seed itself? Because almost all of the randomness and everything is stored in the seed itself, such as bombing a small rock or bombing a tinted rock to give you a small rock. It's always going to be the same one if you rock a seed. And then I come in here completely forgetting that is Thunder Thighs, but honestly, from running seeds over and over again, there's something that I've learned from doing this. And also, this is a cursed room that's going to have nothing in it. Not seeing an item can potentially have a drastic effect on the loot pool for the rest of the game. For example, let's go ahead and take a look at, that Polyphemus Infestation 2 Little Brim run, right? That was pretty ridiculous and amazing. But I tried to run it again to go a little bit faster. And this time, I knew my first boss item was going to be Experimental Treatment if I re-rolled it. So I thought, hey, I'll just take Magic Scab. Why not? A little bit of health up, a little bit of luck up. What could possibly go wrong with that? So I decided to not re-roll any of that stuff. And what ends up happening is Cricket's head no longer spawned for me, which didn't really make much sense. In addition, I decided to take, I took the contract from below because in that deal, I had screwed up and I could have had the contract from below. I ended up not taking that. And because I took the contract from below, I ended up getting some other bad items in my Devil Deal pool that actually slowed down my run just a little bit. So it's kind of interesting how seeded runs work inside of the Binding of Isaac. You change one thing and the entire run could be changed drastically because you didn't see one item or you didn't do something in a specific order. So It's a little interesting. I've also been thinking of doing a few fun runs here with seeds, but so I know that there is Guppy inside of that cursed room. There's a dead cat, a head, and a tail, all just kind of chilling inside of that room. Now, I'm not going to go immediately into it because I want to have a roll up for my D6. What I'm going to be able to do here is have my D6 up, take the dead cat, touch the head, and then re-roll the head and the tail. So this will give me 2 cursed room re-rolls in addition to having Guppy. So decided to wait there for just a second. So let's go ahead, grab our Guppy, and see what we can do with this thing. So we've got the dead cat, we've got the tail, we've got the head. Now, there's no reason of picking up the tail, honestly. I really hate Guppy's tail. And we actually end up getting Black Candle and Contract from Below. Black Candle's really nice. It gives us a Dark Heart, and it removes all curses from the floor. So that's really good. I just lost my train of thought there. No. Right, the tail. All right, so the tail is not that great because, well, if you don't have a lot of keys, what it's going to do is it's going to prioritize golden chests to spawn over keys dropping, which is not that great because you need to have keys in order to open the golden chest. So it's just a bad time all around to pick up the tail. I typically try and avoid it if I can. The only real time that picking up the tail to me is truly worth it is if I have the trinket that allows me to open up golden chests for free, the lockpick or what have you. And I end up re-rolling that dog food because I don't really need a health up at this point, and I end up getting Roid Rage out of it, which is really nice because Roid Rage is going to give me the much needed speed that I want to have right now, because my speed is very low, or at least it was, and Roid Rage I believe is the highest speed up in the game. So a very nice pickup there. It's going to let me get through this at relatively decent speed, because at this point I honestly do not need any more damage. I have plenty. With Proptosis, Guppy, and Judas' Shadow, I have more than enough damage to finish off the game without any complications. So yeah, we're going to be just fine in that department, because as you can see, Chubb there is just getting absolutely destroyed. So I'm going to look for as any kind of speed up that I can possibly find, which is kind of nice that I didn't actually pick up the Thunder Thighs and things like that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab Magneto. I don't really feel like re-rolling it. I'm going to save it for potentially my boss room or my double deal. There are a few other things that I could get from a double deal, or maybe I could re-roll a shop if I end up getting something like that. But there's a few more speed ups, a wooden spoon, a belt, something like that. I could definitely get that out of the boss room pool, which would be nice. I end up getting the belt here, which is nice, another speed up, and I go ahead and re-roll the tail. Like I said, I don't actually like it, and it's actually kind of funny that I saw the tail inside of a cursed room and then got it in a devil deal, because I've started to learn how exactly item room pulls work inside of Isaac. Just because you see an item doesn't necessarily mean that you have removed it from the game. If you because there's multiple pools in this game. You know, you can see Guppy's tail in a cursed room pool, or you can see it in a devil deal, and it won't remove it from the game until you've actually touched it, rather than just seeing it. Which is why the Bible shows up so many times. It's why you can, you know, go into a library, see the Bible, go into the shop, see a Bible, go into a cursed room, see a Bible, and then finally finish the floor and see a Bible again. And I try and push for a little bit of mapping right there. Didn't end up getting anything, because I could have probably, with that golden poop on the ground, I probably could have made 15 cents. So I was like, let's see if we can make this happen. And I actually have so much damage there that I have a hard time end up... and I actually make a small mistake there. But I had so much damage I couldn't actually hit the TNT. Now, slight mistake there. I could have picked up the pack, but for whatever reason, I thought I had a goat head. I don't know why I thought I had a goat head. I was like, hey, let me just walk in, walk out, take a quick little peek here. Then realizing, oh wait, I can't do that. That's not something I'm able to do. So that sucks. But overall, it wouldn't have been that big of an increase. The tears up would have been, you know, it would have been nice, but not exactly going to destroy the game if I don't end up picking it up. And there's still the potential that I could get one more deal on this floor. So that's really nice. You also notice I kind of just ram into enemies at this point because I'd rather just, if I can, I'd rather just use my dark heart damage to try and clear enemies, especially the little guys that pop in and out of the womb there. I don't know their names. I don't even know what they are. They shoot the 3 tiers. I don't like seeing them because they can potentially just move all around and maybe not even pop up. So I just take the dark heart damage there to just get them over with. Conquest is going to give me a useless item, and I go ahead and re-roll everything in the double deal because I want to see what exactly is worth losing 3 hearts. A pentagram is not going to do me that much, or a fear shot, because 1, I hate fear. 2, I already kind of have that effect, so losing 3 hearts for 1 damage up is honestly not even that worth it. Yeah, I do have Judicious Shadow and Proptosis, so that 1 damage will turn into 4 damage, but I don't need it at this point, and I don't think it's worth the... I don't think it's... especially when Mom dies that fast, I don't think it's worth losing 3 hearts over. It would really depend on where my opponent is at this point. If they are also using a similar build, then yeah, I'll take every possible bit of damage here. And I'm going to take a little bit of a risk bombing through this because I don't want to have to fight Super Envy, because he can potentially take a while. So I'm going to bomb through this big room and hope I'm going in the right direction. That was my only bomb, so if I have to backtrack, I'm going to have to end up going through it. And it looks like it ended up looping, which whenever a map loops, whenever it creates a circle, what that ends up doing is it screws with the map generation, so the boss can literally be anywhere in the map whenever that ends up happening. And as you can see, it really wasn't that far away. It was like 4 rooms to the right or something like that. That's a very short cathedral. So yeah, I actually didn't mean to take that little bit of damage there, but I got 1 little shot off on me, but it's fine. They're all dead. So we're going to jump into the chest and see if we can grab anything in there. There's not really much that I'm looking for outside of some form of mapping. That would be really nice. And I go ahead and re-roll everything because... well, also the health is nice. I end up re-rolling everything because Stigmata is a 0.3 damage up, and honestly, that's not worth it considering I would lose horror over it. So there had to be something good in there. And then I saw the Tech 0.5, and I was just like, alright, let's just take the Tech 0.5. Let's take the Super Bandage for a little bit of health so I don't, you know, constantly die. That'll be fine. We'll just roll with that. Tech 0.5 is a very strong item. It is completely based on your damage, not your tier rate. So if you have very high damage and low tier rate, Tech 0.5 is amazing. It also gives you a little bit of slight piercing, which is really nice for this room right here. I really don't like having to do these rooms without some form of piercing, because 1 shot from a scythe would 1-shot these enemies. So yeah, Death Touch is really strong and something I wish I had specifically for that room, because it would have been 4 shots instead of however many I just shot. But there's Blue Baby. This should be a relatively quick kill. He's already half dead. He's already actually dead. Alright, so that's pretty much going to be the run. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe for future videos. I'll catch you on the next one, everybody. Like I said, I'm going to start creating a file, and we're just going to kind of go through the rounds and see what ends up happening. If we get a good run, cool. If not, whatever. Anyway, hope you all enjoy. I'll catch you on the next one, everybody. Later.